You lied to me. No, I actually lied to myself. Hello, everybody. Xyno here, and I want to say I made a stupid prediction. I'm just gonna throw gameplay footage, so don't mind the gameplay. Just listen to me talk. I really did think that the Sonic movie at the end. Again, this is a prediction. I never really told anybody this, but in like the back of my head, I should have made a video on it. Honestly, I'm making a video about it now, but I really did think, for some godforsaken reason, at the end credits of the Sonic movie, which I haven't seen, by the way, but I'm pretty sure people would be freaking out about it by now. It's been 2 days since the movie came out. That we would have had some teaser to a new Sonic game or a remake of a Sonic game, and I just gotta say, I feel really stupid to think of a prediction like that, but I honestly thought that's what they were doing. It's been so long since we've had an announcement for a main Sonic game. I thought this would be one of the coolest ways for them to announce something like that, because I mean, apparently the movie's doing really well. Like, they're saying it's outdoing the Pokemon movie. Its reviews are saying it's at least an okay movie, which is really rare for a video game movie that's decent. Like, holy crap. I can't wait to see it. I just have to find a time and probably someone to go with, because I am a loner in this world. But regardless, to say, this is so surprising. And I've heard from other people that it's a kids movie, so you expect a lot of childish jokes, kid tropes, for all that kind of stuff. But apparently it holds up really, really well. And I think that's awesome, because I mean, it seems like Sonic popularity is resurging, after the whole downward spiral of Sonic Forces. Even though the mobile game seems to be doing pretty good, I don't play it personally, but the original game is doing really bad. The media for Sonic is doing excellent. Social media, all that stuff. They do a really good job at making fun of themselves, which is the whole kind of thing about Sonic right now. But with the whole movie doing well in the presses, that's a weird way to put it, it only leads me to think, if you were to put like Sonic's popularity on a chart, it's going back up in a good way, because Sonic is getting better. Is probably a good way to put it. I don't know, because it seems like anything that's not a Sonic video game seems to do okay. And honestly, that's the thing we need to fix, because Sonic started as a game franchise. We should keep him as a game franchise. I know a lot of his popularity over the years have been from other sources of media, like comics and stuff, but his heart is all set into the games. And if you make good games, then more fans will come and more video games will be made and stuff like that. And I know a lot of stuff these days, it's a lot harder to make money with video games, especially with all the effort required to make it work. Especially, you put hundreds of thousands of hours, man hours, into a game, only for it to be a game that you're done in like 4 hours. The only thing I don't get about game development is, I don't know if it takes longer or not to make a movie than it is to make a video game, because it's like they're similar experiences depending on how long they are. If you make a 2-hour movie and it costs and takes just as much time for it to make a game that you could play for hundreds of thousands of hours with fresh feeling content, which feels more satisfying to make. And I know I didn't mean to throw a tangent off into that topic of the video, but let's jump back to Sonic. This only makes me more excited for any other announcement that's coming soon, because obviously with this type of good publicity, they need to be doing something. They need to show off a development trailer. They need to show off a trailer that they may already have done. They need to show us they're working on something. And I don't know if we'll be working on a sequel to Sonic Mania and they're just going to roll with being classic again or not, because they shouldn't be, because modern Sonic is still very popular and all that stuff. But they need to be working on something, because like you put it 10 years ago, 15 years ago, probably is the better 15, 13 numbers. A certain amount of years ago, 13 years ago, Sonic games were coming out left and right. Main series, left and right. When Sonic 06 came out, you know how many other games came out with Sonic 06, even though technically them splitting off their studio development was a really bad thing in hindsight. Sonic 06 came out. Sonic and the Secret Rings came out. Sonic Riders came out. 1 year before, Shadow the Hedgehog came out. 1 year before that, Sonic Heroes came out. Kind of 2003, 2004 development cycle kind of thing. But they were coming out everywhere. Games for the DS. Sonic Rush was 2005 or 2004. Sonic Rush Adventure was probably a year right after. I can't even remember when that came out. Sonic Chronicles. There was another development studio that came out around 2008. They were coming out everywhere. And it's almost been 3 years since we've had a true game. The only game we've really had is an update to Sonic Mania, which shouldn't take too long. It's small DLC. People make mod packs that are bigger than 2 characters and a palette swap for levels. And then we had Team Sonic Racing, which is probably the video footage I'm using in this video today, which is a decent game. It's kind of an average kart racer, but it's nothing special. It's like, what the hell are they doing? They need to find a way to split off the development cycle again, because obviously that will help make more games. I don't know. You can argue that the quality of the games maybe aren't as good, but with them focusing almost solely on Sonic Forces and creating a subpar game like that, unless they ever decide to talk about how bad the development really was, like they had to restart the game halfway through the project or some bull crap, they just need to split their studios again, because that seemed to have worked. You throw a whole bunch of Sonic ideas to the screen and see what sticks. Sonic Riders was probably a weird side project they used as a crutch while Sonic 06 was being made, and it turned into a 3-part series, which ultimately got destroyed when they used it as Kinect testing fodder, and then that series is never coming back, or I hope it does. But stuff like that happens. They did Sonic and the Secret Rings, and that turned into a 2-part miniseries. They probably wanted it to go longer, but they screwed it up with Sonic and the Black Knight and its weird motion control forced mechanics, because I don't know, because it's like they thought they had something down with the boost formula. They thought they had something down with the classic thing, but it's also like Sonic has been known for a direct change in gameplay for years. And maybe that's the reason why I'm a Sonic fan to begin with. I end up playing his games more than I do Mario, unless you count like Smash Brothers or something. Mostly because of the different types of gameplay. Like, they could be similar, but they do feel different enough to establish a different type of gameplay. Like, you play Mario 3 and you play Mario World, they feel ultimately the same. You play Sonic Adventure 2 and then you play Sonic Heroes, those feel radically different, and usually you can play them differently and depending on your mood and all that kind of different stuff. You play Sonic Riders, and it's way different than Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, but they're both racing games, but they're radically different in mechanics, and it's interesting, and it sucks that we're like in a drought of Sonic content. So I feel like the movie is just a huge welcome wagon to fans and to people who like video games alike. And even though it's not a video game, they're taking it as positivity. So I don't know. That's all I have to say. I really hope they unveil something soon. I was disappointed they didn't put like a teaser or something at the end credits of the movie, because that would have been like a huge deal, in my opinion. But whatever. I hope you enjoyed this little rant of me talking, and until next time, Xyno is out of here. So goodbye.